Virgo, July is bringing in the heat. We need to be prepared. So let's have a little aligned astro chat about it. Hello all, I'm Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Transformational Tarot through my Black Feather Black Feather Code Tour, Divining a VIP Life series. So excited to be connecting with you guys today. So we are going to be pulling an overarching theme card from the Sweet Ass Affirmations deck from Rage Create today because I'm feeling a little sassy. And then the card deck that I pulled for you guys is the Chromatic Fates Tarot, and super excited to be sharing this with you guys. So let's get to it and see what we got going on. All right. So I don't know sort of astrologically exactly what's all transpiring here in July, but I feel like for us Virgos, and I'm a Virgo as well, so this is as much for me as it is for you today. I feel like for us Virgos, it's really about keeping our eye on the prize. No matter what else is happening, what else is transforming and transitioning and showing up in our lives, we really need to keep our eyes on the prize because all is going to be revealed. I react with peace and ease, no matter how stinky the cheese. Isn't that what I just said? Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so this is really the overarching theme of the reading today. This is the energy that you really want to focus on in July. There is going to be a lot of nonsense and shenaniganery that comes up. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of mis and disinformation that's going out there. I want to say even more so than what we have experienced. And I don't mean to make this, sort of like a big political reading or collective reading, just speaking truth, that there is a lot of stuff out there that nobody knows from 1 minute to the next. What's truth, what's false, what's reality. This is important as we're looking at this beautiful little mouse. The mouse is meditating. And I feel like that's what we need to be doing. We need to be in our harnessing our chi, or in this case, harnessing our cheese, and really being in that space of, I'm going to discern for myself what I need to put my energy and focus to. And I'm not going to worry about the rest. And if there is something that's coming up that is distressing me, rather than doing research and asking questions and all that stuff, I'm going to go within and see how it resonates in the body first. And then I can do some research, because I might find that my body says, not your circus, not your monkeys. Don't even waste the worry. Don't waste the time. Don't waste the energy. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I forgot to reset my my question prompts. So I'm just getting that opened up here right now. All right, our first question. This is where you're at in the present. Where are you right now in your transformational journey? What part of you is shifting, rising, or dissolving? This one's standing out to me here. Okay, what have we got? Page of Coins. Interesting. So, we are earth signs. This is definitely an earth card, earth energy. I feel like this is kind of an invitation for us to get out of our heads a little bit. So where you're at right now, you're really trying to not overthink. You're really in a space of being more open to what is available and what is out there. You're looking for the new, but you're not driven to seek out the new. You're just kind of throwing it out there. And then whatever sort of presents itself, whatever sort of transpires is what you're going to sort of lean into. I do feel this sense of you wanting a new adventure or wanting to continue the adventure that you recently started. But there's also this energy of not totally sure what is next to come and not sure how to go about initiating that. So you're not feeling stuck. You're just feeling a little more like, okay, it'll show up when it's going to show up. And I'm not going to try and drive the bus. I'm not going to try and make things happen. I'm also really drawn to, we've got the forest area here and we also have the mountains. And I feel like there's almost a choice that you're faced with at present. And the choice is, okay, sort of, I can do both, but I can't do both right now. So what is going to serve my purposes, my highest and best in this moment right now? Is the juice worth the squeeze, right? Like, is there, I'm getting some light, out of this sun. I'm getting some juice out of this lemon. Is it enough? Is it worth it? Is this, do I want to stay here for a little bit and explore this to its fullest? Or am I ready to turn around and choose a path? So I feel like there's a lot that's open. You're at, I wouldn't say a choice point, but I would say you're at a kind of a fork in the road, and you don't have any particularly specific agenda with this fork in the road. You're really just looking for what is the next adventure that I want to take. And fellow Virgos, oh my God, how often do we actually get into that space where we're not, really driving ourselves to reach a particular specific goal? I mean, we all have them, right? We absolutely all have them. So being in a page energy is kind of refreshing because normally it's, a little more of the, no, this is where I need to be. This is what I need to be doing. It's not that doesn't still exist. You're just not consumed by it right now. And I like that. The catalyst for you this month, what's fueling or hindering your transformation? And is this resistance or rocket fuel? Love it. 5 of Wands. Yeah. There is no real focus for you. There's a lot that you can focus on. There's a lot that you want to make happen and to move forward. But you're also recognizing at this particular stage in the game, wishing and wanting a thing doesn't necessarily make it so in the now and in the present. And I feel like with that 5, we are in this energy of shift, change. With that page energy, student energy, we are on a new journey. And we don't know exactly what that journey is going to be. Yeah, we can bring the fire to it, but we want to bring a level 5, not a level 10 to it right now. We're going to save that level 10 for later. Right now, we just need to find our focus. So I would say we're not resisting anything here. I feel, in fact, that we are actually leaning into what is being presented. The 5 of Wands, that focus, I feel, is going to be rocket fuel for us on the other side of it, simply because we are motivated by fire. We are motivated by passions and drive and something new and learning and all of those things. But right now, I feel like whatever it is that you have your sights set on, it's not that you're not pursuing it. It's that there's something that still needs to happen or come into the mix before that truly becomes available in the way that you need it to be available. I'm also feeling here like when we talk about the 5 of Wands in terms of that practice energy, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, it is depicted by 5 people coming together, and you can tell they're practice fighting. They're learning skills, for dueling and things of that nature. So there's this practice element. You're preparing for something, and I feel like that's really what this is. I feel like the catalyst is actually the preparation. It's kind of like the universe says, oh, okay, we know you've been putting a lot of effort into this. Now we're ready for you to do this. So now you're prepared, like you've been practicing for it. So now, I'm going to switch out of the wands and I'm going to actually give you the actual sword, to fight with, because you're ready for that. You've prepared for that. You've built up enough skill set to be able to handle that and navigate what's coming. So I really feel like the catalyst here is that you are on the path. You are practicing. You are preparing for what is to come. And when the what is to come shows up, you'll be ready to transition into that. But there's no drive right now. There's no urgency right now, especially not with that Page of Coins energy. Deep root. What deep belief, wound, or soul contract is driving this transformation under the surface? 8 of Wands. Interesting. Yes. Swift release. So let's have a serious conversation about this, because I feel like for us, the swift release has been pretty much steady for the last 2 years. For some of us, it's lasted longer than that, but let's just go with 2 years. So since 2023, there has been a constant invitation slash volunteered versus voluntold experience of, okay, I'm looking at this aspect of my life, and now I have to swiftly release a portion of that. And now there's another aspect of my life, and I'm releasing that. And, the job situation didn't work out the way I thought. So I'm having to release my vision on that and tweak my vision over here. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with vision. Virgos, we are so vision oriented, vision driven. And when we don't have a vision, or when we have a vision and it doesn't work out, and we're told or lean into shifting up the vision and tweaking the vision, or trying to find out what the next vision is, it creates a lot of the scattered energy that then causes us to get exhausted by the fact that, okay, I have nothing tangible in my hands to show for the time that I've spent. And I feel like Spirit is saying to us right now, especially with these beautiful little birds, they're so cute. Spirit is saying, but isn't that the point? You're not supposed to attach yourself to all of these things. It's not about the vision and executing the vision as much as it's about you being in the present moment, being able and willing to receive intuitive guidance and wisdom. You can take those steps. You don't necessarily have to follow through to the end. Sometimes taking the step was the whole lesson. But you, in your human mind and human brain, you attach outcomes to certain requests, certain leanings, certain experiences in the way they present themselves, that you think it's going to have a particular outcome. And that's not the case. Wow. Okay. So this is our deep root. We need to detach. We need to understand that in order to get out of this cycle of swift release that exhausts us, we need to accept that the swift release is sometimes the lesson. And when we understand it's the lesson and not the obstacle that gets in the way of us getting to our vision, that's actually the vision that Spirit had, or that's the vision that our soul had to have, that gives us freedom. That gives us the ability to say, oh, I get it now. I can let this go. And I can recognize that this is a natural, normal, important, necessary part of not only the process, but my process. Wow. Woo! I react with peace and ease, no matter how stinky the cheese. That is what we need to come back to. Holy cannoli. All right, this is what's dying away. What part of you is falling away? What role, pattern, or identity has run its course? Three of Wands. Interesting. So Three of Wands is a card of expansion. And I'm going to say to you guys, as I'm looking at this as a fellow Virgo, this makes me a little bit sad because I love being in expansion. I've wanted to be in expansion for so long, and I felt that constriction. I feel like for you guys here in this, what is going away is I want to say the extrapolated version, the bastardized version, the human version of what our expansion needs to look like. And instead, we need to approach it more from that space of innocence. We have this little child here, a little elven child, who's kind of hanging out with his, I almost said fur friends, his feather friends. And, they've got strategy going on. The bird is saying, here, you got a wand and I got a wand. Let's go and see what we can create with these wands together. And then you got the bird in the nest who's saying, oh, okay, well, I'll catch up with you. Let me just run a couple of errands and then I'll join you guys. I'll meet you guys. And we have this beautiful sunburst that is leading the path, right? It's leading us to that beautiful light energy, into the new, into the expansive, or into the expanse. If this is what is dying away and falling away, I feel like it's our adult version of it, or our human version of it. And we need to step into, because this is a little elf, we need to step into that spiritual side of us that says, no expectation. Let's expand in that spiritual way, not in the expected human way. Because perhaps that's not what our path and our role is right now. We've been doing that. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt so many freaking times in the last couple of years that I got so many damn t-shirts, right? Like, moving on. new time. And perhaps that's what this is about. We need to go into the innocence, the youthfulness, the I don't know where I'm going. I have no expectation. And so therefore I can enjoy the adventure rather than try to control the adventure and how the adventure is, supposed to play out for me right now. I feel like the expectation is what's really getting drilled into our heads right now. This is our highest phoenix potential. What can rise from the ashes? What is your soul calling you towards? This is your breakthrough energy. Oh, look at this. We got the Hanged One. So interesting. Whenever I get this is the card that I want to say struggle the most with, because it is about surrender. It's radical acceptance of what is, radical surrender to what is. And it's not raising the white truce flag. It's surrendering to the fact that, okay, I don't have all my ducks in a row. I don't know all the answers to all the things and the stuff. There is mystery. And that's the point of life, is there's supposed to be mystery in life. And I don't always like it. So I resist. This is limbo. Give me a yes or a no, but don't give me a maybe or a wait. It's torture. And I feel like that's what's coming up and coming through here is our greatest potential in this month is to finally come to terms with and make peace with our surrender, to make peace with limbo as a natural, normal, necessary phase of the phoenix. The Hanged One is the phoenix growing. So this comes right after a phoenix burning. This is the stage in the phase where there isn't a ton of vision, where it is about reflection, recharge, and receive. And we often can think about, well, who wouldn't want to receive? Easier said than done. And I feel like that is what our truest phoenix potential is here. And that's what it's inviting us into, is when we shift our perspective, when we give ourselves permission to just be, to learn to receive, then we are in our peace and ease. And that's when all of the visioning opens up. That's when everything starts to make sense and the magic happens. This truly is about getting out of your own way. And I feel like this is what we are learning and what potentially we're going to be able to come out on the other side of this month, if we really learn to surrender and to let go. I always like to call this this is like the Harry Potter card from the perspective of, Harry gave up. He had so much that he sacrificed in his life. He had so much adversity. He had so much tragedy and trauma in his life. And yet he still managed to show up. And it's because he surrendered to what was while holding hope for what he believed could be. And I feel like that is exactly what we're stepping into with our potential here, if we allow it, if we get out of our own way and allow that flow. What's emerging? What is just around the corner? Oh, this one's talking to me. What energy or experience is coming in to support the next phase? Oh, beautiful. Interesting. Okay. So 5 of Cups. I want to say this is an end to our loss, an end to our grief, an end to our pain. And I'm going to say, Virgos, we have had our fair share of this. Again, speaking just, the last couple of years, and it may have been a longer window of time for you. But let's just focus on, we don't need to go all the way into the past, right? I feel like what is emerging is the recognition that we have gone through the grief process. We have integrated what has transpired in the last 2 years plus. And it's not that we don't still, or we can't still feel pain or feel the effects of the transformation, or at times go into that space where we were like, WTF, universe, let's not and say we did. This feels more like you're getting out of that pattern of having to relive, having to go back into that, being triggered by the current events and saying, when is this ever going to fucking shift? It's like Groundhog Day all the time. And I've tried different approaches all the time. working on different approaches to surrender. I'm ready for my cookie. Where's my award? And I feel like that's what is emerging, is we can release this. We can say, no more are we going to feel that grief so palpably, so viscerally. We've integrated it. And it's still with us, but because we've integrated it, it is no longer the first thought in our heads in the morning. It's no longer the first thought before we go to bed. It's no longer the thing that creeps up every time we, 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. So, this was what we were releasing. I feel like this is also what we're releasing as well. There's some similar energy here. But that is just around the corner, is the liberation from the effects of the grief. And I don't know about you guys, but wow, that feels like great news. I will take it. Times 2. So what role are you playing in your process? How are you navigating this transformation? And are you resisting, flowing, grieving, or boldly rising? Oh, beautiful Page of Cups. So yeah, the key here for you this month is to be creative in all of your endeavors, not just in your thoughts and your plans and what you're doing for your service, but I feel like it's an invitation here to be creative in your approach to everything. That includes your approach to sleep. That includes your approach to eating and food. It includes your approach to outings and conversations with family and friends, with your kids. I feel like the Page of Cups is coming up and coming through to say, you bring the party. You bring the lighthearted energy. Bring that innocence, that student energy. When you bring it, we are able to bring more of it. And this is what I want to say makes this make sense. So the role that you're playing is being creativity, being that inspiration for yourself as well as for others. That really feels good. Yeah, it's short and sweet. Short, sweet, and to the point. That's unusual for me because brevity is not my strong suit. Circles of support. Who or what is influencing your transformation right now? And is it positive or negative for you? Oh, beautiful. 8 of Coins. Love this. Okay, this is our second 8. We have the letting go. Now we've got the 8 of Coins. And I feel like when we are talking about support system, what is supporting us is our dedication to our work, dedication to our vision, dedication to what we are mastering, what we are bedazzling in our lives. This is going to bring us a lot of support and comfort this month. There are going to be a couple of collective experiences that nobody is going to enjoy. It's going to rock everybody's world. People are going to feel pretty uncomfortable. There are going to be some choice points around it. You going into what you know to be your truth, what you know you do well, and what allows you to stay in a high frequency vibration, in that creative energy and flow, that is what you want to be putting your focus to. That is what is going to bring you support beyond measure. And I feel like the work that you do is the support that you are. It's the service that you are. So by you, and I don't mean like you're becoming a workaholic and throwing yourself into your work. I'm saying you're putting your focus there. You're getting a lot of fulfillment for that. And you're also going to get other people who are grateful to you for putting that fulfillment in there, because then they're gaining something from you as well. They're able to stay in a higher frequency and vibration because of the service that you've chosen to step into or provide or be available to and be available for. This is really important. So again, you're not throwing yourself into your work. You're not workaholicing yourself. But what you are doing here in a really big way is you're using your service, using your work to elevate you, and through that, elevating others around you. Beautiful. hopes and fears. So when we look at this, what are you dreaming of becoming? And what scares you about actually becoming it? Yeah, right now, Virgos, you guys are really looking for like less responsibility, less things on your shoulders, less of the dollars and cents, less of the dishes and laundry. And even though that in many ways can be your happy place at times, I feel like right now it's just not. You're just like, oh my God, I would rather gnaw off my left arm than do any kind of ritual or routine or organizational structure of any kind right now. And I feel like that's important to acknowledge because fundamentally you're wired that way. So eventually you're going to get back to that. This is you recognizing I need a little more balance in my life and in my space. I'm getting a lot of fulfillment and creativity from my in-service, but maybe my daily routine, not so much. Maybe I want to swiftly release that shit so that I can be more in this space of Page of Wands just likes to have a lot of fun. Page of Wands says, oh my God, there's a new adventure. There's a fun thing. All right, let's do it. Let's go for it. That sounds great. Page of Wands is a yes. This is a yes person. This is a yes energy. I feel like this is absolutely what you want to be stepping into. Your hope is that you can forego some of the ritual and the routine for a little while and be in the space of yes, because sometimes your ritual and routine requires you to say, would love to, but, and this is your hope. I want to just be fun and fancy free for a little while. I want to let my hair down. I want to play in the fire and the flames. I want to just create with abandon. I want to party. I want to dance. This definitely here in that Page of Wands is the hope that you have. I don't feel that you've got fear other than to say you really want this, but maybe the fear would be in if I don't stay in my routine, in my ritual, in my organization, the world's going to fall down around my ears because there are so many people relying on me for that. But I want to say again, maybe it's time for a little vacation from responsibilities. Maybe it's time to delegate some of those responsibilities to other people just for a particular period of time, because I feel like you really need to release some of this. When we are in this space and in this state and we say yes to ourselves, we feel a lot better than we are when we are depriving ourselves, when we are saying no, when we are saying would love to, but I can't, right? This is the invitation for us in that regard. Wow. Okay. And here's our outcome. If we stay on course, who will you be on the other side of this journey? What is the result of embracing the full death and rebirth cycle? Oh, another page. Interesting. So based on this reading so far, I feel like that's Mr. Neo. Based on this reading so far, I feel like the pages are coming up and coming through to indicate that July is a month where there's a lot of newness, a lot of, I want to say that student energy, where maybe you are learning, but I feel like it's like less on the responsibility, more on the play, more on the let's look to what the vision is and have a little fun playing in the vision of things without there being a ton of activity, a ton of movement forward, a ton of required action, without a ton of divine masculine energy. And so when we're looking at this Page of Swords, the Page of Swords is the magical thought, the curiosity. I love the word curiosity for this card. So let's talk about it from that curious space. I feel like if we do all the things that we are supposed to be doing here, if we react with peace and ease, no matter how stinky the cheese, what comes out on the other side is a lot of curiosity for a new vision. And I'm going to point out that the beautiful color in this in this card, it's an indigo, and it speaks to me of third eye. Third eye is our spidey senses, intuition, access to esoteric wisdom and knowledge, and the overarching vision that we have for our lives. This is that third eye chakra energy. So the Page of Swords represented in this color says to me that this is what we're opening ourselves into. Being more curious about not only the vision that we have for ourselves, but the visions of what can become, visions that we haven't yet considered, visions that we are opening ourselves to. And she's very open here. She's like her, the wind is in her face and she's happy about it. She's like, oh my God, this feels so great. I'm out in this beautiful, naturistic space. There's the beautiful moon here. I'm feeling like I'm in my element. I'm feeling confident in the path that I'm about to walk, and I'm excited about it. I have no idea what I'm going to find on the other side of this, but I'm not afraid. I'm actually really excited about the movement forward. And we Virgos can use a lot of that excitement right now. Am I right? So that is our reading, our transformational tarot reading for July. For those of you who have just started watching me, you may not know that I actually take private clients and I do private sessions, private readings. So if you are running into some struggle and some strife and some trouble around how to apply all of this transformation that is going on within you, I would love to help out. Please feel free to click on the link below, reach out, and any way that I can support you, book a session, and we will work through it. We don't have to go through this craziness alone. Let's be supportive together and be supportive for one another. So sending you guys so much love and so much support. I hope you have the most incredible July, and we will see you on the flip side. Transform well.